Southern Hills Unified Methodist Church was established 57 years ago in June of 1959. What was once a small group of 118 members turned into one of the biggest congregations in Lexington history. Upon entering the two sets of glass doors that lead you inside, rays of sunlight beam off the freshly polished gray marble flooring. Welcoming smiles and soft whispers flutter in your ears and fill your eyes as you walk past the rooms filled with people. Wooden crosses with spotlights directed on them light up the rooms. Every Sunday, a few hundred people from all walks of life gather in the newly renovated church for the same purpose. We will venture on into the space and provide the forever changing background of the different people and culture throughout. It is October 9th, a chilly fall Sunday morning. I enter the church around 9:15. The first service is set to start at 9:30. Families chat amongst themselves as they begin to fill the pews. Children head off to Sunday school and the choir begins to get in formation. As I sit through the service, I observe the members of the church in great detail. I consider every aspect of them, what they're wearing, how they carry themselves, and how involved with the space they are. Anything that catches my attention, I note it. After the service, I approach several people and ask them if I can interview them for one of my college courses. I am shocked by the number of times I am turned away by what appear to be friendly faces. After all, I would have assumed that those belonging to a church would have been all too willing to help someone out. After a while, two women finally agree. Two women who appear very different from one another. My first interview is with a middle-aged woman named Stephanie Young. She is wearing a black skirt and a white button-down blouse and black high heels. How long would you say you've been attending church services here?
I'd say for about 10 years, ever since we moved here to Lexington.
So, you're pretty familiar with, the church culture here. You probably, along with the majority of other people in here, are dressed in nice church attire. Would you say that this is always the case for you?
Yes, I always dress up.
Why is that?
Well, I've gone to church my whole life, and that's just pretty much how I was raised.
The way Stephanie explains that dressing up for church was just how she was brought up makes me reflect on how my parents described their church experiences growing up. It used to be the whole family got dressed in your Sunday best, but times are slowly changing. In an article written by Dwayne Lifton called Clothing Matters, What We Wear to Church says, our worship services have become increasingly relaxed and informal affairs. You can see it in what we wear. Church for today's worshipers is not a dressed-up event. How would you respond to this?
I don't personally agree because I think church is something you should look your best for. But I mean, even in our church, you can really find this all around us.
By the way she puts this, I knew exactly what she meant. But you might be wondering to yourself, what exactly does she mean? And my second interview was with a younger woman. That is exactly it. Her name is Olivia Guerrero, and she appears to be in her late teens. She is dressed in holey jeans, a University of Kentucky basketball t-shirt, and tennis shoes. Her hair is thrown into a sloppy bun, and some smudged Saturday night mascara remains under both of her eyes. As you can picture, she is completely different from the previous woman. How long would you say you've been attending church services here?
On and off for about a year or so.
Is your current outfit what you would typically wear to church?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really dress up unless it's like Christmas or Easter service.
Would you say that over time, church norms in general have changed and dressing more casual is more socially acceptable thing to do?
Well, being from the younger generation, I feel like I feel like we've established that it's not important what you wear here, it's just important to be here.
Olivia's voice appears nervous and unsure how to answer my question. She searches for the most educated way to complete the empty space between us and move on with her day. But her answer makes so much sense to me. In our world today, our generation tries to focus on the importance of a situation, not the negative aspects of a situation. What would you say if someone from an older generation thought that you should dress up for church every Sunday?
See, that's what's wrong with generations before us. They refuse to accept social change. They're so damn judgy of young kids and everything we do. What I want to know is, why does it even matter?
The point Olivia brings up about social change and adults not wanting to accept it is fairly relevant in the change of society today as a whole. It is almost as if people of older generations try to hold on to the ideas in a new era. We see this in race problems, political issues, and religious settings daily. All in all, every day people are changing. Tomorrow's world is different from today's, and throughout the growth of every generation, new trends and new culturally acceptable ideas are coming about. Things not accepted years ago are being accepted by society and in younger generations today. And how we dress for church is just one of them that stuck out in this particular space.